In a world dominated by advanced warfare, Ukraine pulled off a remarkable tactical triumph, crushing a convoy of Russian tanks that were expected to steamroll through their defenses. But how did a smaller, less equipped force manage to outmaneuver one of the world's largest military powers? The answer lies in cutting-edge technology, strategic ambushes, and unexpected military innovation. This is the story of Ukraine's stunning victory over Russia's tank convoys, one that will reverberate across the battlefield for years to come. On a cold winter day, as the world watched in tense anticipation, Ukraine set into motion one of the most audacious military strategies of the modern era. With Russia's tank convoys pushing towards critical Ukrainian cities, many thought victory for Russia was inevitable. But in an unexpected twist, Ukraine, armed with ingenuity and tactical precision, turned the tide. This wasn't just about military hardware, it was about brains over brawn, technology over sheer numbers. But today, we'll break down how this unexpected victory happened and why it will change the course of modern warfare. As Russian tank convoys made their way through the rugged terrain, Ukraine's military leaders knew they were facing an uphill battle. But this wasn't a battle of raw firepower, it was a battle of strategy. With NATO's support, Ukraine had developed a defensive strategy that leveraged technology, terrain, and surprise. They didn't aim to confront the Russian tanks head-on, but instead waited for the perfect opportunity to strike. Utilizing their well-established communication systems and advanced surveillance drones, the Ukrainian forces pinpointed the exact location of the Russian convoys. Knowing that these massive tank movements would be vulnerable at specific choke points. And so, Ukraine set a trap. By utilizing advanced drones, Ukraine tracked Russian convoys in real time, using their position data to direct artillery and ambush positions. But perhaps the most critical component was the strategic use of high-tech anti-tank weapons, such as the Javelin missile system. These portable, shoulder-fired missiles allowed Ukrainian soldiers to engage the Russian tanks from extreme distances with pinpoint accuracy. Technology was the game-changer in this operation. The Javelin missile, capable of targeting and destroying tanks at a range of over 2.5 miles, played a pivotal role. Ukrainian forces used drones to identify Russian tank positions, and then they deployed javelins to take them out with surgical precision. This was no longer just a matter of firepower. It was about using the environment, technology, and clever tactics to turn the tide. One of the most stunning examples of Ukrainian ingenuity came when they utilized civilian infrastructure to set up ambushes. Utilizing dense urban areas, forests, and rugged terrain, Ukrainian forces laid in wait. Knowing that Russia's massive tank formations would be unable to effectively maneuver in these environments, Russian tank convoys are slow-moving and, by nature, vulnerable in such a terrain-heavy setting. These convoys, designed for open-field warfare, are not as effective in densely populated or rugged environments. Ukraine capitalized on this weakness by deploying a combination of mobile infantry and artillery in concealed positions. The ambush was a success because of the precise coordination between infantry and artillery units. With the help of drones providing real-time updates, Ukraine's forces were able to hit the Russian convoys where they were weakest, catching them in narrow passages and on the move. One of the biggest mistakes the Russian convoys made was underestimating the Ukrainian response. They assumed that they could steamroll through these critical areas. But Ukraine had positioned its forces in such a way that the Russian tanks were not only vulnerable to airstrikes, but to an efficient ground assault as well. The aftermath of Ukraine's victory sent shockwaves through the global community. The strategic ambush of Russia's tanks was not just a military success, it was a message to the world. The victory was a testament to the power of intelligence, technology, and unconventional warfare. NATO and global allies praised Ukraine's military strategy, recognizing the importance of advanced technology and effective communication in modern warfare. For Russia, The failure was a painful reminder that over-reliance on traditional military tactics could be disastrous in the face of new technologies and nimble strategies. Military experts worldwide have begun to reanalyze their own strategies, with Ukraine's actions proving that modern warfare is no longer about overwhelming force, but about precision, coordination, and the tactical use of available resources. As the rhetoric intensifies and nations bolster their defenses, the question remains, are we on the edge of a new Cold War? Global security has never been more uncertain, okay? With the future of nuclear arms treaties hanging in the balance, the world faces a crossroads. The next few months will be critical in determining the trajectory of global security. The stakes could not be higher, and the threat of nuclear escalation looms over us all. The path forward is uncertain. While diplomatic efforts continue, the balance of power is shifting. The world waits, uncertain of what tomorrow will bring. But one thing is clear: this conflict will redefine geopolitics for generations to come. What are your thoughts on the escalating tensions between Russia and NATO? Could this lead to a new Cold War? Or is there still hope for peace? Drop your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth analyses on global affairs.